Welcome, family and friends, guests and loved ones, faculty, staff, and of course, second-year students to the Michigan College of Optometry White Coat Ceremony for the class of 2024. I'm Dr. Daniel Taylor, the Interim Dean of the Michigan College of Optometry, and it is my pleasure to preside over this special ceremony tonight. With me on the dais are Dr. Nicholas Zinder, MCO class of 2013 and current Michigan Optometric Association President, Interim Associate Dean Lillian Kalazinski, Dr. Lillian Kalazinski, Professor Dr. Sarah Hinckley, and Professor Dr. Daniel Rubel. I'd also like to welcome our special guests who are seated over here, pardon my pointing, Jeff Towns of the Michigan Optometric Association, the Executive Director of that important institution, and Dr. Robert Buckingham, the Michigan Optometric Association Board Trustee and an adjunct faculty member at the Michigan College of Optometry. Also, a special thanks to all the MCO personnel who made this evening possible. Their tireless work behind the scenes certainly was necessary for all this to happen. It couldn't have happened otherwise. So if you don't mind, special round of applause for all of those who worked behind the scenes to make this evening possible. Also, please join me in a round of applause for everyone assembled, but also those who are joining us online, who could not be with us for a variety of reasons, in some cases illness, for other reasons too, but there are faculty members who wish that they could be here, friends, family who wish they could be here. So a round of applause for everybody now who is assembled here today. Before we begin the ceremonies officially, I do have a few important announcements for you. So first, you're all invited to stay and attend a dessert reception in this room immediately after the ceremony. The Ferris State University Photo Service is here to take pictures of the interns as they receive their white coats and certificates. They'll also be available after the ceremony if you'd like to take any additional pictures. The pictures and digital copies of those pictures will be provided to the students. At the end of the ceremony, we'll be taking a class picture, so do bear with us for just a few moments before congratulating your student intern. We would also like to invite all of our guests tomorrow to come by and visit our state-of-the-art building here on campus. The building is open on Friday from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. We'd love to see you, of course. Today's ceremony is a tradition of welcoming our students into the world of clinical practice. However, students, you're not the first to have taken that step. In order to illustrate the fraternity of professional practice that these students are entering tonight, please allow me to request of our guests that all Michigan College of Optometry graduates or other doctors of optometry please stand and be recognized. Thank you. The white coat is perhaps the most recognizable sign of expertise and nobility, sacrifice and service in the clinical arts. This has always been the case. However, it has been particularly evident these past few years as physicians and other clinicians have responded to the challenges of the SARS-CoV-2 pandemic. During that time, we have witnessed clinicians sacrificing their time, treasure, and health for the good of their patients and for the health of the public at large. Optometrists have been no exception. Throughout our profession, optometrists continued seeing their patients and providing compassionate, responsive care to all those in need. By doing so, they lessened the effect of the pandemic on their patients by ensuring that their most precious gift, vision, was not compromised. The first white coat ceremony was held in 1993 at Columbia University Medical College and quickly became a common practice for clinical practitioners of all kinds. An important rite of passage here at MCO, the white coat ceremony symbolizes the transition of academic student to clinical intern, who enjoys the added responsibilities of providing vision care to patients. As future doctors, these clinical interns have the responsibilities to protect their patient as a person, to do what is in the best interest of their patient, to put their patient's interests ahead of their own, to teach their patients about their conditions and possible treatment options so that their patients are able to intelligently participate in their own care, to act in accordance with the best public health and welfare, and to coordinate patient care with other providers as is appropriate. Shortly, class of 2024, you will be affirming your commitment to these highest standards of ethics and patient care. Now, events like this would not be possible without our generous sponsors. Alcon, Allergan, and the Michigan Optometric Association have sponsored tonight's White Coat Ceremony. These organizations work with optometrists across our state every day to help provide them with the support they need to practice to the fullest scope of their competence. It is my hope that you will begin even now in developing strong working relationships with these and other organizations which will serve you well throughout your careers. Now, Mark Risher, the Director of Academic Development for Allergan and one of our important sponsors for tonight's ceremony, is unfortunately unable to join us for this evening, but he did want me to share a few comments to the class of 2024. So the next bit is a quote that he has provided for me. On behalf of the entire Allergan Eye Care team, I want to congratulate you on this very special milestone in your optometric training. As you know, the white coat signifies the transition from the classroom to patient care, where you will have the awesome responsibility of improving the lives of patients. Our mission at Allergan is to help you achieve that goal through innovative product launches, research and development, philanthropy, and support of academic institutions. I wish you all the best as you continue your optometric training. I look forward to meeting you all and congratulating you in person at some point in the near future. Thank you. And that's signed Mark Risher, the Director of Academic Development for Allergan. Our keynote speaker tonight is Dr. Nicholas Zinder. Dr. Zinder graduated from Central Michigan University in 2005 with a bachelor's degree in Human Resource Management and a marketing minor. He then worked for Art Optical from 2005 to 2006, where he discovered that he wanted to further his education in optometry. He attended Ferris State University from the fall of 2006 until 2008, completing the required undergraduate courses to apply for optometry school. Dr. Zinder was accepted in the fall of 2009 to Michigan College of Optometry and graduated from our institution in the spring of 2013. During his time at Michigan College of Optometry, he helped start the Michigan Optometric Student Private Practice Association. Got it right. A lot of those letters, and it's easy to make a mistake. He was also the Michigan College of Optometry liaison for the American Optometric Association Political Action Committee. In that role, he actually started the annual wine and cheese party at the Blue Cow, which continues to this day. He was also active in both the Michigan Optometric Student Association and the American Optometric Student Association. Dr. Zinder owns a private practice locally with his father that has been serving the Big Rapids community since the 1930s and also practices in a corporate setting. Dr. Zinder has served as trustee, secretary, treasurer, vice president, and now as the president of the Michigan Optometric Association, an organization that strives to advance and support optometry in serving eye care needs in Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Nicholas Zinder.
Well, thank you for that lovely introduction. I couldn't have written it better myself. Good evening, students, faculty, parents, significant others, and other people that couldn't be here today. Thank you for inviting me here tonight on this special occasion on your first step in learning about the art of optometry. It seems weird to me to be speaking to all of you when just a short while ago, or what seemed just a short while ago, I was right there in your footsteps. Nervous, excited, unsure if I was ready to begin to see my first patient in clinic, but over time, with the help of my peers and knowledge and training from the faculty, my skills and clinic improved. So this is just your first step, and you guys are going to do wonderful. I like to give you a little advice, though, some things that I've learned over my years in practice, and though it may seem like common sense, sometimes we forget the simple things. The number one thing is to just listen to your patients and what they tell you. The patient will lead you the majority of the time to what their issues are by just listening and understanding what they're saying. Another piece of advice or knowledge is never judge a book by its cover. Don't assume by the way a person looks, by the way they dress, by the way they act, their background, that they're any different than you and I. I think a lot of us have gotten in trouble over the years if we do assume by what the book on the cover looks like and not actually seeing what the person is on the inside. Treat everyone as an equal. Treat them as you would want to be treated. Build that bond with them. Understand them. Understand their issues, their frustration. That is how you connect with them. And that is how you get them to continue to see, that's how you get them to continue to see you throughout their life. The next step in donning the white coat, you will begin to learn that you are the professional. You are the expert. You are who the patient came to see to fix their problems. You will slowly build your confidence starting today, and it will help guide you through these next years. I won't lie to you, though. There are going to be days when you're going to have no clue what is going on or what you are seeing. You will be frustrated. You will bang your head against the walls. But know that you have all the tools you need right at your disposal, whether it's researching deeper, referring out to a fellow colleague, or in asking for a second opinion. You have all the means in the world to help your patient. And to bring up one of your greatest resources, the Michigan Optometric Association. We are here from you from day one, from starting classes to till you graduate, and then all the way through your long, successful careers. If there's anything that we can do to help, let us know. Reach out to anyone on the board and anyone at the MOA. We are happy to help you any way we can. Congratulations again, and thank you for allowing me to join you on this momentous occasion. And I hope you have all great start of your very long careers, and look forward to working with you as professionals in the very near future.
Thank you, Dr. Zender, for those inspiring words of wisdom. I do have a token of our appreciation for you. I can get it out without upsetting it, that is.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I know. Next, please welcome Dr. Sarah Hinckley, professor at Michigan College of Optometry, who will be assisting us in the coding process. Dr. Hinckley will now provide an overview of the credentialing and privileging process.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. It takes a tremendous effort to ensure that these students are capable of examining patients with the highest quality clinical skills and expertise under the guidance of clinical faculty. For the past year and a half, a hardworking, dedicated team has been preparing these students for this day. We would like to acknowledge the faculty and staff of the Michigan College of Optometry now. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now I will briefly discuss credentialing and privileging as it relates to MCO students and their optometric education. Credentialing is the process by which healthcare professionals, or in this case, optometric healthcare students, are verified to meet the qualifications needed to properly examine and treat patients. In our case, MCO students have achieved satisfactory passing scores in all areas of the curriculum thus far related to optometric skills, procedures, and coursework. They have been certified by their faculty instructors as competent and capable of the optometric examination of patients. Our students have been assessed through coursework that includes didactic and laboratory instruction, clinical procedures, and more with successful outcomes. Privileging is the process whereby rights are granted to the clinician, or in this case, student clinician, to perform certain tasks based on their credentials. Within the optometric curriculum, increasing clinical privileges are granted as MCO students expand their clinical knowledge and achieve passing scores on coursework and skill assessments. Second-year MCO students receive privileges to examine patients within the University Eye Center's primary care service at first, and then those privileges are expanded into areas of focused care as their education progresses, such as pediatrics, vision therapy, contact lenses, and more. We welcome each of these students to the world of clinical patient care. Now I will read the names of each student receiving their white coat and clinical privileges at the Ferris State University Eye Center. Mahmoud Amar. Claire Burrell. Ali Shukur. Noah Cribbs. Joshua Ernisi. Taylor Fiss. Kelvin Haba. Moira Hall. Tate Hammond. Arshpreet Kaur. Nicholas Kyneth. Emma Kerr. Daria Laser. Molly Leslie. Guwang Lim. Kyle Lindberg. Vera Lindhorst. Hannah Long. Sheen Matthew. Abby Mayer. Kayla McKay. Rachel McCurris. Susmitha Narasetti. Selena Nemi. Natalie Oberer. Jessica Otto. Jenna Palambero. Ashley Peters. Shelby Rao. Tuka Saflo. Laura Schnepp. Leah Thompson. Paul Wozniak.
The optometric oath is the profession's statement of mutually agreed upon ethics and responsibilities. It describes your obligations to your patients, your colleagues, and your community. As such, it is not taken lightly. We all agree to hold ourselves and each other to the standards of the oath for the betterments of our patients and profession. Class of 2024 and all optometrists in attendance, please stand and join us as we repeat the oath together. For your convenience, the oath is printed on the back of your programs. Please raise your right hands and join me in reciting the optometric oath. With full deliberation, I freely and solemnly pledge that I affirm that the health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will practice the art and science of optometry faithfully and conscientiously, and to the fullest scope of my competence. I will uphold and honorably promote by example and action the highest standards, ethics, and ideals of my chosen profession, and the honor of the degree Doctor of Optometry, which has been granted me. I will provide professional care for the diverse populations who seek my services with concern, with compassion, and with due regard for their human rights and dignity. I will work to expand access to quality care and improve health equity for all communities. I will place the treatment of those who seek my care above personal gain and strive to see that none shall lack for proper care. I will hold as privileged and inviolable all information entrusted to me in confidence by my patients. I will advise my patients fully and honestly of all which may serve to restore, maintain, or enhance their vision and general health. I will strive continuously to broaden my knowledge and skills so that my patients may benefit from all new and efficacious means to enhance the care of human vision. I will share information cordially and unselfishly with my fellow doctors of optometry and other professionals for the benefit of patients and the advancement of human knowledge and welfare. I will do my utmost to serve my community, my country, and humankind as a citizen as well as a doctor of optometry. I hereby commit myself to be steadfast in the performance of this, my solemn oath and obligation. Thank you. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to invite Leah Thompson and Ashley Peters, class representatives for the class of 2024, to give their class remarks.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for the White Coat Ceremony for the class of 2024. I'm Ashley Peters, one of the class representatives. First, we want to extend our extreme gratitude to our faculty and the educators who have instilled their wisdom in all of us throughout our many hours in the classroom and labs during our education thus far. We have learned so much from all of you about being excellent future doctors, as well as lessons that extend beyond the classroom. We appreciate your time and effort put into teaching us, listening, and molding our minds into thinking the way we should as we become student doctors very soon. As we continue with our optometric education, we pledge to uphold the privileges vested in us by the Michigan College of Optometry. We will continue to practice and improve our skills and seek all opportunities to learn in class, lab, and clinic.
All right. My name is Leah Thompson, and I am also a class representative for the class of 2024. We also want to thank all of our friends and family joining us here and those watching from home. Thank you for your continued support throughout this journey so far. We have overcome many obstacles during the time we have been in optometry school, and we couldn't have done it without all of you cheering us on and letting us practice on your eyes. We appreciate you always standing in our corner and being there for us during the long hours of preparation in order to get to this point in our lives. We are grateful for your compassion and faith in our abilities to accomplish our goals. Now, friends, as we continue on with our education, I wanted to give you all two pieces of encouragement. My first encouragement actually comes from my dad. Growing up, whenever I doubted myself or my abilities, my dad would remind me, Leah, you gotta change your perspective. Things are so much better than you think. When you find yourself in this mentality, push away that negativity and self-doubt, and remember that your MCO community, family, and friends all believe in you. You have already come so far and have accomplished so much. Surely you can accomplish the next task too. My second piece of encouragement comes from one of my mentors, Dr. Hannah Totten. During our first year, I was overwhelmed by the demands of optometry school and struggled with motivation. Dr. Totten said to me that in those moments, it's important to remember your why. Why do you want to be an optometrist? Why are you doing this? For me, my why is this. I want to help my patients see the world around them, to care for them exceptionally, and to be the kind light of God to all as an optometrist. So tonight, or over the weekend, think about your why. Write it down, share it with your family or friends, or even send it in our GroupMe chat. And when you feel like you just can't study one more minute or one more Quizlet, come back to your why. Let it remind you that you are going to be an amazing optometrist, that you can keep going, and that you got this. It's not going to be easy from here, but what's waiting for us on the other side is an amazing career and life blessing. I am so blessed and thankful to be able to study with all of you, and I'm incredibly excited to begin our patient care portion of our education together.
And together, as the class of 2024, we have spent many hours studying, gaming, laughing, and getting to know one another. This journey has been unique and fantastic because each of you have been a part of it. Leah and I have thoroughly enjoyed working with you all and being a part of the venture to become optometric professionals together. As we begin with the next step in our educational journeys, I know you all will be phenomenal student doctors and care for your patients in the best way possible. Thank you all for being such wonderful friends and making this journey of learning together so special. Thanks.
Congratulations again to all members of the class of 2024 for taking this important step into the community of optometric clinicians. Along with the faculty and staff of Michigan College of Optometry, I wish you well as you go through your clinical training. Once again, special thanks to our sponsors, Alcon, Allergan, and the Michigan Optometric Association for making this evening possible, and to Dr. Nicholas Zender for his inspiring words. Class of 2024, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2024. Now, if you would, please join us in the front for your class photograph. The events tonight are over. Once the photograph is done, you may take your intern and congratulate him or her. Of course, the dessert reception is open too. Please enjoy.